Hello and welcome back to the FRA Radio podcast. I'm your host, Noureni van der Scaife, and today we are joined by a very special guest. This episode is covering everything you need to know on clearing, the application process, and how you can get yourself into the Fashion Retail Academy for a degree this September 2026. We are joined by a level 4 digital marketing student. She will be showing us everything that she did to get herself secure on the degree course for September 2026. How are you today, Scarlett?
I'm good, thank you.
So did you want to do a quick background check on everything you did in FRA before then and kind of where your career is heading?
Yeah, just like a brief about
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Okay, so obviously I joined as a level 4 student. I'm doing digital marketing, and as a career I really wanted to head into fashion magazines, kind of, I don't know if it's editorial because it's not the journalism, it's more about how it looks, sort of typography, a bit graphic designy. So I thought I'd use my digital marketing to kind of level me up. I had like all the stuff that I needed, but I didn't feel like I was developed enough to go into the world of work, especially with the competitiveness, and I really liked that here. I had such an amazing year, and that was only a year, and I kind of thought I may as well just have a look, see what there is to offer, because obviously I did look when I applied for level 4, but the new course, art direction, came up.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, like I'll just have a look. And I was like, okay, this is a bit me. Like, I sat down with my group lead, because it was after we'd filmed. You're like, oh, like, shame you're not here for the next 2 years. And I thought, yeah, it actually is. Like, I'm not going to be here again. And I had a look and I was like, okay. And I sort of weighed out the pros and cons, and I phoned mum and I was like, okay, I think this might be a thing.
But can you kind of outline like who your core contacts were that you went to go speak to?
I think I have quite like a small group of contacts, but I really relied on my group lead, Leo. Love you. Honestly, I relied on them very, like, so much, and we also get each other a lot. We're very similar in personality, I think. It was kind of not their like opinion, but it was almost like their opinion was the same as like my parent. So I went straight to them and we kind of sat down. They took the time out of their day to sit with me, and I got a course guide and we had a look online. And that was definitely who I went to first.
When I was talking to you before this podcast, we were kind of weighing up, should you go through clearing, should you apply now? Because a lot of students don't actually know that you can apply to your degree now. It's just whether your application is considered with the same like level of equality. But could you kind of talk about your initial concerns and what was pushing you away from applying through clearing?
So I thought clearing was my only option.
Yeah.
I didn't actually realise, because with other universities, when you go onto UCAS, it says like application closed, like where FRA is open, and I didn't know that I could apply. So in my head I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go through clearing, like I know I want to do it now, but I have to wait so long. I didn't really know what to do with my time, I was like, oh, it's a big itch. So I thought, I'm just going to apply, because like I said, I didn't know. And I think that was my biggest thing. It was like the insecurity of being like, what if I phone up on the day and the course is full? What if everyone applies to this course and they get the grades, and then I'm like, oh, what do? I didn't like that. And I also felt like it was nice to have some motivation. Like, I'm just about to finish FRA.
Yeah.
And it's been like,
you can still continue your journey.
But like this year has been crazy. Like, stepping into this industry has been fantastic, but it's been a hectic year, and I feel like it'd be so nice to finish with a reward. Like, do you know what, you've worked really hard, you've got your grade, and now you're going somewhere else, rather than being on like the, I don't even know when the clearing date is, but you know, like on results day when you sat there really anxious, like, oh my god, I can't do this. Like, this is too much. I didn't want that. I feel like I deserve to be able to be like,
no, you're going for something.
Like, so I thought, you know what, like, if I know now, why not just apply? And I think if I had known that, I wouldn't have been like, oh, okay, I'm going to go through clearing. But because I didn't, and I don't feel like people do know that, because you see like UCAS deadline, like, oh, okay. Obviously, when I did apply for the UCAS, it did get like paused by FRA, because FRA's like, they check it. Which is really good, because they actually said it back to me, because I didn't put pending grade for level 4.
You.
But I think people see deadlines and they're like, oh,
is the panic, because it's quite an extensive process as well. Like, it's not a quick UCAS quick application.
No. I'm gonna hold my own hand when I say this. A personal statement
takes more time.
It's 3 questions, but that took me like 3 hours per question.
Yeah,
it's very serious.
Yeah,
it's very, very serious, Scarlett. Like, this is your time.
Yeah, and it's your first time kind of writing something like that in like industry, let's say, because before that it was just A levels or it was just GCSEs. You're not writing to that level.
How I got through A levels, I do not know, but I struggle with my writing anyway. That's probably my biggest flaw in any of my skills. I'm so good, like, visually, have the ideas, but when it comes to like writing it on a piece of paper, that is something I really struggle with. It's like, that's my big thing, because I am dyslexic. So that was like a mental block straight away. I was like, oh God, I've got to do this. And I think once I got in the process, and like Fra was so great with helping me, bearing in mind I was a late applicant, the amount of like time that people did dedicate to help me, I was like, guys. Like,
quite well supported. Yeah,
especially like, no hate to my old school, but it was very like, well, you're either going to get the grades or you don't.
Yeah, they leave it up to you, and that's like
and
the last
it was
you hear of
very
it.
like, if you don't seem like the person that's going to do well, we don't want anything to do.
Oh,
because it is like, because obviously people do look at numbers, and they're like, grades.
You're performing.
So here, I was like, okay, like
they take you from point like A to point B and make sure that you get the grade that you want.
That's the thing. They were like really, really supportive, especially with the whole like, I don't know how to write a personal statement. Bearing in mind I had like, technically I've had 2 years of personal statements, because I could have done it after A levels, so it wasn't like I was fresh in the water. So if I were to have applied through clearing, what would of the process been?
So for the clearing process, there's a hotline number that comes available on the website on the day of clearing. So clearing dates, if you don't know already, is the 2nd of July. We will have some more posts explaining the process and the documents that you need, which will also be in the game that we play later, so that you guys can be fully prepared for your clearing call. In general sense, you just call up in the morning and they take you through the process. It's super easy. It's a quick call, and they take all the documents that they need, and then within about 48 hours, you usually have a response. If they require more documentation, they'll ask, and then you can just fill that in then. So it's a really quick, easy method that if you didn't get the option that you were looking for, you can just call up on clearing and change your degree that way.
Like, hypothetically, someone were to apply for digital marketing degree, and then they were like, no, I want to do art direction. Can they call that hotline and swap there?
You can always call the applicant services as well beforehand. So if they know now that they don't want to do the art direction and they wanted to do digital marketing or digital media,
like wiggle room beforehand.
Or vice versa even. So if they decided, okay, they found 2 courses they liked and they changed their mind down the line, you can call up our applicant services, which is also available on our website now. The clearing hotline number only opens on the 2nd of July, so that only goes live on the website 2nd July. But the applicant services number is available on the website as already, so you can always call them and say like, is there a way that I can change my application beforehand because you've already got an offer, and then they may be able to switch it that way. The applicant services team is amazing. They'll have all the answers for you there.
They know what
they're holding the ground. And then on the clearing day, say for example, they turned around and said, in the rare occasion that they're like, no, you can't do this course. No, you're not allowed, which is very rare. 9 times out of 10 that probably won't happen.
Fra's really good with like, we'll call it wiggle room.
Like there, once you're in as well, like you know who you can speak to. But for people outside the FRA that don't know that, applicant services is probably your easiest in. So before we go into the last bit of today's episode of our game, they don't know the game yet, but we're waiting. We're waiting for them to
Game
is
going to be so good.
Yeah. But you are currently at FRA, which gives you the inside scoop already. You already know the setup, how it works, what the lessons kind of look and feel like. Obviously, degree will be a little bit different with how they operate.
Yeah.
But for someone who hasn't been at FRA, they're not going to know the inside out. They're not going to get the inside scoop that you've got. So can you tell us a little bit about your level 4 diploma that you're doing now, what one you're doing and what you've kind of gotten out of that?
Okay, firstly, if you're not at FRA, where are you? Because you're missing the best time of your life. Okay, so for people who haven't been at FRA, don't know what it's about, we operate like a bit different to school, which is really fun, especially we operate so different to sixth form. I'm in 2 days a week. And I feel like I can't stress this enough. Being in 2 days a week has changed the game for me, because I'm not waiting around at like sixth form. You come in and you have like random gaps. So we're in 2 days a week, which I think is like key, because when I came from sixth form, I was in 5 days a week, but I was hanging around for 4.5 hours because I'd have one lesson a day.
Yeah.
So I feel like being in 2 days is great. And then it is 9 to 5:30 for level 4 students. I know that varies at degree. It's a long day.
For our degree, it was 9 times out of 10, it's 10 to 4. So it's not much different.
Yeah.
And then if you need the extra time, lecturers usually do stay. So you can stay here until like 6 latest.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, at level 4, sometimes if I am a bit behind, which may be quite often, I will stay till 6 because the building's open. And it also means you get an off-peak train, which means more money for shopping.
Exactly.
Which is perfect. But yeah, I really like that it's that. Don't get me wrong, 9 to 5:30 is a long day. I will stress. Like, the first week, I think I was at 4, I think I slept like so much because it was getting into the routine. But that's really good at FRA at the moment, is the timings. And then my kind of day-to-day is obviously being a creative. It just is so different.
Yeah.
So in my course as a general, we're doing 4 projects. So I've already done 3. I have 1 more left, which is really exciting. So we did gamification, which we did a group project about Gymshark.
I do love Gymshark.
Yeah, we did a group project about Gymshark, and it was all about how we could include basically like technology. So we had like a VR mirror.
Yeah.
So we dove into like gamification side of digital marketing. Our second project was influencer collaboration.
Yeah.
So we looked all about like how influencers help build marketing, especially social media marketing. So I did Sabrina Carpenter and Victoria's Secret as a collab.
Okay.
Low-key VS stole my designs for Valentine's Day.
a little shout out to Victoria's Secret.
Have beef with my work right now. JK, love you. But
so you work at Victoria's Secret as well?
I work at Victoria's Secret, yeah. They're like weekend gown.
Okay, little side gig alongside.
I went in and I was like, girls, look at my project, look at this. And they were like, snap. They were like, get on the phone to HR right now. But
it's good for your portfolio if they actually did it.
Honestly,
there you go.
If I put it online, I would have claimed. But it's fine. It's fine, guys. Then my third project was looking at declining brands.
Yes.
So I chose to do Morphe, which, coming off the back of looking at all this influencer marketing, obviously Morphe is still a brand, but it used to be so big for like James Charles, Jeffree Star, like Tassie.
But just the whole market's changed in general, to be fair.
Everything.
So
they
needed
really
an adaptation.
changed their marketing strategy, which meant their sales one is big. So I looked at Morphe, and that was really interesting, especially I do love a bit of makeup. So all my primary research and all my secondary research was going to shops, which is so fun.
But you get the customer experience aspect.
It was, and I can't complain and be sat at a beauty counter having my makeup done and being like, do you know what?
You're hitting 2 birds, 1 stone.
That this blush is really good, so I can write about this now.
There you go. And you can write about the customer service from that guy that was helping you.
Exactly.
Did he give you any looks? No. Perfect. Made you want to buy.
Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, when would you do that at sixth form? Like, you just wouldn't. Like,
or at a regular university, for even.
No,
you can't
just
quite
wouldn't.
get that.
You wouldn't be told to leave to go to shops. You just wouldn't. But then my last project, this is what I'm doing now, is we're making a pop-up.
Yeah.
So it's all about creating your own pop-up. So we're using everything that we've learned through digital marketing, the entire course, which is a bit scary because I'm like, oh.
She's coming to an end.
I'm like, I know about this. It's like, I'm looking at all these words, I'm like, what's that mean? I'm like, wait, like,
I know this now.
like, this
is
is what
scary.
I learned. I feel very like big girl. Like, I'm doing a big girl role. So we're doing a pop-up. I'm doing it in collaboration with Dazed, all about bringing back print media. As I said, I want to work in magazines, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to use my FRA project to send off.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm staying here, but it'd be really great to send off and kind of add on my portfolio, build connections, because I ain't got time to make like a project in my spare time. So using this is such a good way to like leverage up. I'm doing it with Canva as well, so it's all about kind of creating your own thing.
A lot of people use Canva. It's
Canva
nice
is really good. I did pay for Canva Pro, but in my pop-up I was sort of thinking like people can create their own media.
Yes.
Bringing it all back, because everyone loves like a digicam. Everyone loves like a Polaroid picture, CD, vinyl.
It's all coming back. The nostalgic feels of bringing back old tech.
Coming back to me. Like, it literally is. And so that's what my pop-up is. And that's our final project. There is only 4. For some reason I went into course thinking there was 6, but I think I underestimated, like, because most of my projects are like 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So
it's quite fast paced.
It is fast paced.
But then that matches industry, to be fair.
Yeah, very fast paced because I'm like, oh, do you know what? I'll do it when I get home.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, today we're starting on week 4. I'm like, sorry.
Next one.
Oh, really? Like week 4 now?
Yeah.
But it is very fast paced, but it gives you enough time. Like my group lead, I don't know if this is across the board, but my group lead gives us a printout of a checklist.
Yes.
So we see everything before we do it. We get a brief, we get the document. Like,
to be fair, you get that in degree as well. Like that comes in the form of a module guide, and then that gives you a breakdown of like what your courses will be including, the content that you need to cover. Even sometimes if they have them confirmed, because industry is very last minute when it comes to masterclasses.
Yes.
So you get random cool people from masterclasses from the industry come in.
We had like Nike on Tuesday, which was really
like
fun.
Random people from Google, ABG, Skinny Dip. You just get so many, and then you see all of those, so you know when you can kind of expect a masterclass as well. So you get that in degree as well. So you have the same structure.
Yeah, we had a masterclass on Tuesday. I want to say from Be The Agency.
Yeah, I have been eyeing up Be The Agency.
Okay, do you know what? Be The Agency came in, and I didn't know they were coming in.
Yeah. Sometimes they do come unannounced, because we've had a couple of even like alumni students, because all of our alumni, most of them are in industry and working, climbing the ladder as we all do, and they come in either with their own business or with like their company they're from.
Yeah, I like when the students come in.
Yeah,
because
I can pick their brain a bit.
Well, this is the thing. I'm not normally the one to like ask a question. I'm like, do you know what? You've said your piece. I'm a DM you. But because sometimes I am like
a little LinkedIn private.
Literally, I'm like, it's like a side hustle. I pass my phone. I'm like,
you see their full name straight added to the notes app.
Yeah, it's like, and then it's like, do you want to put a little description? You spoke in my lesson. Loved you. Send. But I love when students come in, and it makes it seem more realistic to then enter the industry. Yeah. Because when people like, I wouldn't say I have had this at FRA, but the thought of like someone gonna be like so extreme, like Anna Wintour came in, she's like, yeah.
It feels a bit distant, like you're not gonna jump in that in a year.
It doesn't feel relatable.
Yeah.
And also it's like, obviously in an industry you want to keep standards, like you want to almost, not like the unrealistic standards, but you want to keep the standards of like, you have to be on like GOAT level to be this good. But when it is always like that, it becomes unachievable, and it feels unachievable. So it's really nice when students come in and they're like, do you know what, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I came to FRA. Some of them were like, I did FRA, I went off and became a beautician, and then actually I think it was Daisy, but she came in to speak to us, and she was like, I went to uni, I don't know if I really felt myself, I went traveling, I did this, and then I built my own business. And it was like, okay, so she really emphasized like the wiggle path. Like you might do a circle and a loop and a bit of a back-to-back and then a zigzag, and then you find where you go. And that's really great to hear from students, because like, this is not like pressure I found from level 4, but it was like, okay, like it's January, have you applied to apprenticeship? No, but I'm having a look. February, okay, well, by this time last year, I'd found where I was going after A-level, so what are you doing now? I was like, oh, okay. And then you apply and they're like, okay, like, but then you are applying against other people, and it's like, you reach out to students, you're like, oh, how did you go about this? And they're like, oh, do you know what? Like, I went to a pop-up and I handed in my CV, and you're like, oh,
Great. And if they're in industry now, because I've had this before as well, a couple of like past students, they came in and come and spoke to us, and then I start asking questions about their jobs, and you're like, oh, like, what did you do? I just want to know about your career. Then you start stalking their company they work for, and you're like, oh, you start seeing what jobs they've got.
I become like a Facebook stalker.
Yeah,
I'm like,
the Facebook mum in me just...
yeah, I'm like scrolling, I'm like, oh, you got a job here.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Or there's like a job that I want in this company, and then I'm like, oh, like, so have you found anyone yet?
Yeah, and, then you email and you name drop, you're like, oh, I know.
Been speaking to so-and-so about this job. Is there any possibility that I could find out more information? You don't want to find out more information, but you want to talk to someone.
Yeah.
They know your name.
It's like when you're like, I know the manager of the place. Like, do you?
Yeah.
Because we all do here, so do you?
And then you get an easy in like that. So I've had a couple of offers come through, and that's like you find it out through students, and it's such an easy win for you.
Speakers come in and we get to hear about their businesses, and for our students it is really nice.
So just to wrap up today's session on clearing, everything you need to know about degree life, progression from level 4 as well, because people, I don't think we actually speak about that enough on the TikTok. Maybe that's something we can put on the TikTok. Maybe we could wrap up with a game. What do you think?
I think that sounds good.
I feel like we could use our trusty campaign cup that's been chilling here for ages.
I love. Is this what got printed the other day?
This is what got printed the other day. Yeah. Oh, behind the scenes. Scarlett's been behind the scenes for a little while. She did actually come print these with me.
I did. So, it's very exciting. Check out on the TikTok.
And inside the cup, it's not coffee, unfortunately. Damn. But we've got the next best thing. We've got all the FAQs.
We have boba.
We haven't got boba. We've got the FAQs. And we're going to answer their FAQs on clearing and degree. Obviously, you're not a degree student yet, but you know a lot about FRA.
Incoming. Much guys next to you, just cannot wait.
So, did you want to do the honours? Shake her up like a boba.
Okay.
And then pull out.
Okay, my barista.
Your what's it called? Kim Kardashian salad shake. And then you just want to pull it out. I think we've shaken it enough. I'll hold it for clearing.
It reads, what documents do you need to prepare before calling the clearing hotline?
Oh, okay. So you need your qualifications up to date, any of your grades that you know, it just speeds up the process. Mm-hmm. You can have your personal information to hand and any experience that you've done. If you can get some form of like statement on what you did, maybe get a reference from whoever, just to confirm that you've got all of that experience, that can really help speed up the process of your application. But it's quite an easy process. If they need any more documentation, they can ask you on the call. So if I pull out another one, again, 2 dyslexic baddies. What job opportunities do the degree students get? I am a degree student here. I am on the BA Fashion Business and Management degree. So quite ironic that I got this one. And we've actually had a lot of companies come in and offer us jobs. Little inside scoop for you too. We've had Next come in. We've had M&S come in. There was another one as well.
Oh yeah, Next came into Future Pathways.
And because they're all our brand partners, they come in knowing what jobs they want to offer us as well. And we also had ASOS come in as well. ASOS do actually come in on an annual basis at the end of the degree. They usually offer buying and merchandising roles. Sometimes it can vary depending on like, what they need. And then, you just get offered loads of jobs whilst you're here. Also, you don't just rely on the jobs that they offer you at the end of the degree. If you have a masterclass, you can message that person on the masterclass, do a Scarlett move and send without a note and just say, or send with a note.
Send with a note. I loved your talk.
And then you can get contact through them as well. Even like just being in the industry, I hated networking at the beginning. Like I felt so awkward and like a wannabe, like messaging all these people.
No, it literally, it does sometimes feel like, like the teacher's pet where it's like,
yes,
excuse me, can I get your LinkedIn?
But you've got to put yourself out there, otherwise they're not going to take you seriously.
No.
So I'm going to put a video out about this later, but I have during my time here at the degree, oh good God, she's going to tell us again. During my time here at the degree, I have had 4 career offers and then I've made 2 shifts whilst I was here. So you can move about whilst you're in your degree. You don't have to wait in the end.
I need to speak to you and ask you how
a private conversation after. But yeah, you can shift around whilst you're in your degree. You don't have to wait until you graduate to start your career. But yeah, that was a little bit about job opportunities. Do you want to do the honours again?
Yeah.
A little.
Shaky shake. This is so fun. I don't know why I don't do this. How long does the clearing call last? The clearing call will last roughly about 10 minutes as long as everything goes smoothly. And if you need any more information, you can contact the FRA for furthermore.
Who awards the degree? That is actually quite a common question that we get.
It's Falmouth, no?
Yeah, it is. 10 points for Scarlett. So all of our courses are awarded by one of our partners. And for degree, we are partnered with Falmouth University. So you attend college, you attend your degree as per usual. You come to the Electra House in Moorgate. You don't have to go all the way to Falmouth, but the degree is awarded through Falmouth. There you go.
Panic's off. I feel like my nails are coming clutch.
Hello, Crockett.
Oh, good God.
Sorry.
No,
it's my
it's me.
handwriting.
How quickly do I find out if my clearing application is approved? You should usually find out within 48 hours if your clearing application has gone through, unless the FRA need more information from you.
And then we have, there's not many left in this cup now. Is there an interview on the call? No, there is no interview on the call. It is simply to get your details, find out what course you want, see how many spaces we have on the call, because obviously for clearing it is whatever spaces we have left on the courses, and then they just see where you'd be the best fit. You can tell them all of your options. To say, for example, you don't know what degree you want to do, you just know you want to do a fashion degree. You can tell them, here's my information, here's all my experience, can you just tell me whatever degrees you've got available, and they can do that for you as well. But there's no interview, it's just for your personal details.
They just want to get to know you.
They want to get to know you, Diva. So let them get to know you so you can be a FRA Diva.
FRA Diva is like aura farming all the time.
I've got 2 more left in there.
Last 2.
50-50.
It says, she says, do you get a confirmed offer on the call? Sometimes you may get a confirmed answer straight away, but in most cases you'll hear back in 48 hours.
And then last one of the day for the Clearing Cup saga. What industry masterclasses have you had on the degree course? I feel like we can speak about this generally, because if I get a masterclass for like a brand, usually they come in again. I feel
like they come in and speak to us as well.
So if we just name drop, they want to name drop some cool brands that we've had.
Well, we've had Next.
We've had Next.
I've had Next. I've had...
You mentioned Nike before.
Nike came in, they did a little like pop-up downstairs. Yeah. They were looking at jobs as well.
Yeah. I've also had Prada Group come in. I know, very on theme with Devil Wears Prada. I'm not wearing my Devil Wears Prada socks, but I did just buy new ones from Primark and they had that's all written on them. But yeah, we've had Prada Group come in. We've had ASOS, obviously. Yes, they come in quite a lot.
Come in.
M&S come in quite a lot. Yeah, I've had also a lot of students that used to work, that used to come here that now work at M&S, and they come in and talk to us about that process.
You can see on LinkedIn, it'll be like fashion retail, because if you like connect with FRA on LinkedIn, it'll be like 11 alumni work here now. Yeah. Which is really fun to see.
I know that we have had Odd Muse come in before. I'm a little bit jealous that I wasn't here for that.
We had PLT.
Oh.
We had PLT come in. They gave us a task to do in our challenge week, and they came in. And we also had...
There's H&M. I know that a couple of the courses have gone to H&M head offices as well.
Yeah, we had Socially With It.
Yes.
Come in.
Yeah.
Socially With It came in. Because Socially With It and PLT gave us more like, they gave us briefs and then we did it, but then they kind of gave us feedback. Yeah. So I'll call that a masterclass.
Also, it doesn't stop there at just fashion companies. So I've had a couple of like digital companies come in. So we had AI tech people from Google come in. We had another just a logistics and supply chain kind of background people come in as well. We've also had masterclasses in those aspects. So it's not just fashion. They do branch you out quite a bit.
Yeah, in the FRA Collective program, we had a speaker who spoke about his business and his journey through like buying, but he was talking very much about AI. Yeah. And even though I believe he was part of a fashion business, he literally just spoke about AI, about how he uses it, about how you have to learn how to evolve with it, which is great to know.
So thank you so much for watching this episode. We really hope that it helps you with clearing and understanding what goes on behind the scenes when you go to apply through the clearing process. And that if you wanted to know more about the degree courses, we hope you found this episode helpful. If you do need any further support before the clearing hotline opens, you can contact Applicant Services, which is already available on our website. We hope to see you on the next episode.